you have to play for lane dominance, right? So you have to be able to play something that can go aggressive. I actually like the Braum here quite a bit. You know, Braum can really answer these Leona engages. If Leona goes forward, you can actually just very easily stack up the passive, focus down this Leona, you know, try to use...
love looking for slow shoves under the tower and then getting both caps going down towards
passive.
the bottom side. Doran's going to be ticking away to this passive. The hemorrhage, the flash away from Doran. And Broken Blade may be on the weak side, but he's not playing a weak early game matchup.
So I believe Broken Blade, his W auto reset actually got cancelled by the flash from Doran. Ends up being a flash for flash, but a huge health advantage game for Broken Blade. The problem for him is he's now lost both his flash and ghost as Chovy. Very good trade against Caps, but the map has now been split.
Level 1, they're gonna dive.
The Light has cleanse. Pays has cleanse, in fact, uses the early Light, looking for the damage. Mickey tanking up the tower, he'll fall. 1-for-1 so far as Hansama now opens up onto Delight, but you can't really tank a Leona underneath the tower. No turret shots going onto Hansama, means that he can just walk away.
Well, he can actually get flashed on here potentially. This is getting pretty risky because he has no cleanse.
The
he's
charm
going down.
hits, Caps, flashes, Chovy flashes!
Commits the flash for flash. But we make our eyes back towards the bot lane.
He's gonna get caught up with the concussive blows, and Hansama will get this one on the board. The Draven now.
Because there's so many minions here, but they're gonna look for this dive, and he hasn't left.
No one taking the tower as of yet. Doran's gonna do it. The boss coming out, and Broken Blade's locked up. 100 health is not enough. Doran.
Bring it down if they want. You know, Chovy has his ultimate available here.
I don't know. Delight and Pays are backing. This is more of a steal than anything else, I think. And in the end,
Find Peanut in his own jungle. Push Doran back.
Doran will just retreat from the safety of the tower. Frozen Tomb's gonna land though, as Peanut has been locked up, and Yike will take him out. G2
to be invading so aggressively, and he ends up losing his life. But it's still a very close game as they look for Mickey.
Saw Peanut with the Scryer's Boom. Yike stopped his recall because of it. Cease and desist under the tower. The Solar Flare coming out as well, but Mickey is very tanky on this Braum. Glacial Fissure has been popped with the Delight, not underneath the turret shots. Should be able to back away. Ignite ticks on him, but he does retreat. The Whirling Dead. He hasn't got the stacks to get through that Eclipse. Oh! The spear! Finds
G2 is really praying for something other than Chemtech Soul. They're praying for something that can be really strong. Mountain Soul would probably be the best.
There we go.
Of course, he does have Cleanse. But if you get Violeted into Charm, even if you're cleansing that, the amount of damage that's going to be coming through is going to be enormous. So potentially not very far behind because of the dive and because of the early tier 2 boots. But we're going to get scrappier around this Herald.
Mickey misses the Winter's Bite and the Glacial Fissure. Everfrost coming out. Hansama dodging the charm as Mickey tanks it for him. Yike can jump out at the back of the pit. Hans looking for a little bit more.
TP coming in.
TP behind them. Mickey locked up. He's going to be sacrificed. The Solar Flare finds one as well, and Doran's on the chase. The grand challenge has been issued, and Hansama was chucked into the Lion's Den. Doran takes another, and on the top side, Caps will fall as well.
Fantastic awareness.
You know, Hans wanted to collapse on the TP and try to kill it off, but they just didn't have enough people there to make it happen, and he ends up just giving over.
Having an absolute storm over performance here. Broken Blade did manage to win out the level 1, level 2, but couldn't really do much more after that as Hansama's caught in the mid, and Doran has roamed around once again. Caught up with the Glacial Fissure. Hansama starts to open up. Double TPs had been invested as Caps looks perhaps for a Frozen Tomb. Doesn't follow the path. Can't go any further forward. Moonlight Vigil hits. Only takes a little bit of damage. Hansama tickled by it, but already down to half HP with the Rift Herald charging in. Broken Blade apprehends Delight, but that's not really the target you want. The Eclipse going to keep him alive for the moment. The tower falls. Peanut goes in, and Hansama's locked down, and they just don't have the peel to keep their AD carry alive. Peanut takes a double. Pays takes one on top, and now the chase down continues as Yike is forced underneath this tower.
It's a slaughter. Gen G get the mid tower, get 3 kills as well. The Dragon is going to be theirs whenever they want to take it. Peanut going back for it, as the rest of his team is going to take the tier 2 mid as well. And all of a sudden, the gold lead now enormous.
We saw once again how patiently they play these fights. They get G2 to use so many cooldowns, and then the moment that window opens up, what options do G2 really have? They know they can send Chovy off to a side lane. They know they can send Doran off, and they're just taking advantage.
So you're actually going to really win out on here for G2 anymore. Plus, there's the TP disadvantage. It is going to be a fully stacked ult there.
No mana right now. Broken Blade with the Ghost has already invested the flash. Doran won't have enough to dodge away. Can escape for the moment. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, you can actually see Peanut on a rampage. Doran caught up. The shutdown will go down to Broken Blade, but Mickey was caught by...
The fact that Pays and Delight were attacked so often in the early game, they were able to weather that storm, and they've been able to bounce back.
And hasn't been able to then actually wrest any control away from Gen G. As we see Broken Blade and Doran fighting up towards the top side. He dodges the Noxian Guillotine with the riposte. The rest of G2 trying to collapse while Gen G are pushing in 4 members strong down towards the bottom lane. The path comes out, but Doran can just dash away and retreat from G2, and now the inhibitor towers will be open up. Flash away from Mickey as he's caught in the cease and desist. The Solar player finds his mark as well, and Gen G find another kill, while Doran just toys with G2 in the top lane. The inhibitor tower will be raised to the ground. The inhibitor short to follow.
Great stuff overall from Gen G. There's just nothing standing in their way. Peanut once again forces Hans Sama back. The ultimate comes through from Caps, but the inhibitor drops and the fight begins.
The re-engage from Gen G is sublime, but Delight already taken out. The charm hits onto Caps and he will fall as well. Now in a 4v3, Gen G continue to push in. The spear does connect on Chovy. He's got TP. He was looking to bolster up his mana bar once again, but Gen G will escort their mid laner out of the G2 base. Yike still looking for the chase. No cleanse on Pays, but really no way to gap close for G2.
Yeah, but G2 just have to keep chasing, right? You have to stop them from basing. You need to try to get this dragon. We'll see if they can make it happen.
Doran locked up. Glacial Fissure goes wide. Doran looking for the damage on Mickey. He dashes away once again. The spear dodge, but Doran is low. One more axe would be enough. The TP now coming in from Chovy. He's looking for the flank with the Cosmic Drivers. Peanut is locked up. Pays down towards the bottom side. Peanut shut out of the fight. Pays will dash away, but Chovy on the back line finds one already. He's looking for more as he dives onto Mickey. That's another. The counter TP, but Pays takes another. And Chovy and Pays just dance around on the edge of the abyss. They play with G2. Caps pops the stopwatch. Pays dashes out of vision. And the Frozen Tomb will be your icy grave, Caps, as Gen G clean up.
TP back in, able to punish, as G2 had no resources left after they went all in on that.
Minions as well assisting him in the skirmish, but the damage isn't quite enough from Caps. As Chovy secures another kill, Mickey now losing his life.
Well, he hasn't done it yet, Benny, but it's very shortly to follow as he does go down once again. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Chovy diving forward, pops the Zhonya's to keep himself alive for the moment. Hans Sama retreating underneath the inhibitor tower, and in the end, it's already a double for Peanut. He ceases and desists any hope that G2 had of winning this game. The Nexus in their eyes, Gen G will push in for 1-0.
Beautiful game from Gen G, and in sub 30 minutes, their debut at MSI is one of dominance. The LCK first seed is here to play.
A sublime performance from Gen G. G2 threw a lot at them in the early game, but Gen G held strong, and they will go 1-0 up in this best of 5.
6-0 and 15 from Chovy. 20 stacks on the Magi's as well.
You can get excited at the start of the fight. That's when she really ramps up. And there's the Blitzcrank. So it is Lissandra top, Blitzcrank into the Thresh. We have seen actually G2 respecting this a lot in the playing stage. They banned Blitzcrank in 3 of their 4 games.
How he moves around and actually facilitates his side lanes when he gets an advantage.
Hook lands, Flame Chompers goes down as well. Delight should be able to walk around this one, but they're just trying to turn the damage back onto Mickey. The Ignite ticking on Mickey, and he'll fall first. Pays takes him. Delight just stood in their face and took the full brunt of the G2 bot lane and was still able to flash away.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, they couldn't actually quite land those chompers. Delight just takes the all-in. It looked like he just stood past them. He says, I'm not going to retreat. I'll just take this fight here. And able to get that kill onto Pays, who did go for a call start. Chovy now just wasting Yike's time. This is fully warded out. They're not sure about it. Will he look for something?
Doesn't have the flash, so it would have had to be a flash hook. There's the stun in the Glacial Pass. The Spectral Maul's going to land as well. And in mid lane, Chovy with a great Ring of Frost keeps himself alive. 1 for 1 in the end as the auto follows him.
Lead, we're able to come out on top and... Oh, nice Hex Flash.
Locked in, the Hex Flash already. Pays going to get the root as well off the Gravitum. Yike's here to try and save his AD carry, but he can't get there in time. Yike goes forward with the Spectral Maul.
On the side lane, of course, it is double AP solo laners, so no Magic Mantle, not bad by any means. Peanut likely to retreat here. There is 6 on Broken Blade. Will he look for the flash?
Yeah, well, hook on Pays as well, down towards the bottom side. Flashing forward, he has red, white, and he wants to fight. Another hook brings them back, and it's a double for the rookie in the bot lane. Side of the map to make sure they can get the Rift held. Caps is left alone, down towards the bottom side. Pops the Tibbers to get the stun up. Delight stun, locks him up with a knock-up though, and Caps will fall underneath the tower. The Rift held will be taken for G.
Continues to grow as a problem.
They're going to dive again.
Caps.
No ult.
Needs an EpiPen because he's going to have a Peanut allergy in a second as Peanut dives in. The lockdown comes out and Pays is unstoppable. He tanks the Super Mega Death. TP back to the turret. I will defend it with my life. So far it's cost him
his lives, not his life.
Lives, true. Yeah. Luckily he can come back. But Gen G, as you say, 3.
The difference in vision is Doran looking for a bit of a fight against Caps here.
Hook goes wide up towards the top side as well, but Yike, the Moonlight Vigil, the Gale Force Pays! Oh, that was beautiful!
Scaling options in this second game, and Gen G is showing without that early game power, G2 just haven't been able to compete.
Flash play, look for Pays, but the hook comes back out. Hans Sama tries to open up, but they can just tank this tower for days. G2 so far behind that Pays only got 220 gold for that kill.
It was a situation where Mickey is trying, out of desperation, to turn something back for G2. He sees the Maokai ultimate, knows he's going to get hooked, so he's like, oh, maybe I can just make a flash, flay, hook play. There were too many minions, the hook didn't connect, and now Gen G are threatening another dive.
I mean, it's tough to say 12 minutes in, but you're at the point of the game where you're looking for those 5% plays, those 10% plays
I'm
almost.
going to go 1% plays here, Azael. I'm going to be honest, man. We've seen Gen G in this position before. They're 7,000 gold ahead at 12 minutes.
Threatening a dive, G2 sense it, and it's that presence that allows them to secure this objective largely.
Here we go.
Lands, they're going to burst down Mickey underneath the tower. Delight tanks up the
Broken
tower
Blade
shots.
TP.
Yike will get one reset, but the tower does fall, and Yike goes down before Broken Blade can even get in. He dices his way away as the Gale Force forward, and now Doran could just hop over the wall, and his hop skip jump for Gen G. Doran dives out.
That Worlds were incredible.
Yeah, for Pays in his rookie year to have a performance like this must fill him with confidence as Delight looks for another pick.
And Caps will fall. Delight's going to get him. The stopwatch buys only a brief second to contemplate the embracing arms of death. Yike looking for something as well.
Starting strong.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, that was a question as well for him, because obviously he played really well in the LCK, but he had huge boots to fill. Ruler leaving after getting Gen G that title in summer last year, and now Pays is showing us, against G2 who have struggled, but showing us that he's willing to dash forward, to flash forward, to kill off the enemy AD carry. And he was solo in doing so.
The solo kill in the middle of the base at 18 minutes, not even 17 minutes.
Now there is a flank position here. Broken Blade can try and get in. Pays goes legendary. The slicing maelstrom has gone down and Pays has fallen. Yike gets the reset, dives forward as well with a Heartbreaker. And a small, oh so small glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. Because you have Diego. The Aphelios being fed is good for you.
Yeah, that's right.
You
True.
just steal it, right? Caps goes down as Dorman now on a killing spree. The TP was cancelled, but the hook connects and Broken Blade will fall as well. Delight picking them up. He's got half as many kills just on the support of Gen G as G2 have in total. Yeah, and it is destruction.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I mean, G2 have got to just stay composed, think about the next game. Let's be honest, this one has been over for a while. It's a 10,000 gold lead here. It's not even 20 minutes. They actually might look to end without Herald, free 20 minutes.
Free 20 minutes, what a win it would be. Mickey pops the play, the box goes down as well. TP in by Chovy. Yike gets one, but he can't get back in time. Caps is going to spawn in 1 second, but the Nexus Tower is the target. And with the minions, no backdoor bonus for G2. Caps looking for the Tibbers. Delight finds the hook once again. And how delicious it is for Gen G to clean up G2. Once again in their base, Hansama shredded by the Shurikens. Yike can only stand and watch as G2 are just demolished by Gen G. They could have ended this 30 seconds ago, but Gen G want to just twist the knife a little bit more. Chovy goes forward, the Nexus falls low, and in the end, Gen G, in dominant fashion, will claim the 2-0 over G2.
This is one of the most dominant international games I think I've very much a Zeri 1v9 style game as far as the damage profile is concerned, but I don't think you're worried about that with how well Pays has been playing. It is going to be the Malphite. This can be a pretty decent matchup into it. You know, I want to see.
Doran does have the flash. You can't really escape. Knocked into the wall. Steadfast Presence goes down. They look to burst him. First blood, G2. Yike escapes, but the minions will take him out in the end. He's executed. Peanut coming up. Moved up together here to try and protect Doran underneath this tower.
Yeah, I love the early defensive ult there from Doran. We'll see if they can make anything happen.
Early. There's the knock-up for the Q3 back into the all-out. Pulls Mickey all the way out. The quickness used by Mickey to escape. Chovy dashes back forward with the flash. Caps low on mana. Q3 once again hits Mickey. The Tibbers for the stun though! And Mickey sneaks his way away.
Oh, what a kill there from G2, but on top side, Broken Blade, no ult, no flash. You are dead, sir.
No way for him to get out of this one. Tries to put the damage back down onto Doran, but Peanut will swipe
him in though. Looks like he's not going to convert this into much.
Yike just flashes the wall. Doran tanks the tower. Doran's going to execute. Doran's going to execute.
Be able to grab this dragon for themselves, which is very, very nice. You know, trying to establish something from that bot lane control that they have. They have the better buy here on Hans. They've been consistently playing.
So when we kind of take stock of the game, Gen G still have a healthy advantage. The top lane matchup slowly starting to swing in favor of Doran as Peanut now threatens to dive.
Broken Blade, no flash, and the spear hits. And Peanut, hungrily looking for it, chucks another spear into the back of Broken Blade and sends him to the fountain.
Yeah, Doran just used the ult aggressively there to try to get that chunk, put him really, really low, didn't actually need to wait till he's under the tower, gets him low, and not being able to dodge it on that spear meant it was lights out here, as Peanut's now going to be wrapping around mid on Caps.
So much speed from Peanut through this jungle, constantly putting pressure on, goes top, comes mid, a turret secured in the mid lane as well, all 5 tower plates over to Gen G, and even though G2 did have a...
And he's going to be able to secure another tower for Gen G.
Yeah, and didn't feel like he needed to actually itemize for the matchup at all. You know, he did go for Mercs, but he's just going straight into Sunfire, nothing like an Abyssal. And we'll see, you know, G2 moving up towards this
out of the river, and as spectators to the objective, they have no real control around the bot side. It's Gen G that continue to dictate the pace of the game.
No deep wards as well for G2, so Broken Blade has to TP to the mid lane tower. Mickey going in, but Broken Blade is not here yet. Caps on the flank though, Delight getting locked up. Caps trying to get in with the tippers. Broken Blade flashes forward with the slicing mouse, but he can't get off the pace. Peanut is low, Chovy will fall. Doran down towards the bottom side will kill off Mickey. Peanut so low though, and Yike's able to take him out as well. In the end, a 3-for-1 in favor of G2.
From Doran.
Doran doesn't have ultimate. He's just going to face tank them. Paze, of course, can come in with that lightning crash. Could stack up the overcharge. Broken Blade's going to keep him at bay, and although the Dragon will walk his way back to the pit with Caps coming across, you have to feel like Gen G will give up the ghost on this one. Caps looks for the stun onto Doran.
Spot tower. It's the last neutral objective, really out of tower for them to play for. Broken Blade in a bit of danger right now. Yike is on his way.
Has the blast cone. Slicing Maelstrom used. There's the stun. They're looking to lock up Chovy. He dashes away, but the stun connects again. Then G2 get a kill in the top lane.
Great kill on the top side. Yike moves up there, and it's the anti-timing with the all-out from Chovy as he puts himself low right as Yike blast cones over the wall.
Hayes caught as well. There's the charm. No cleanse. He used it in the last play in mid, but the lightning rush will come out, and G2 start to retreat. They see Peanut waiting in the wings, and they decide they don't want a piece of that action right now. But Hayes does have to burn the ultimate to escape.
You've also got to say, by far the best position for Caps so far in this series. He has 2 kills.
Double move! Delight's so low, the Foulmancy. Yike's going to come in from the side as well. Delight is falling. Pace locked into the wall. And there's the knock-up with the helicopter as well. Pace dives in, but the feathers fly. Mickey picks up a double.
Huge kills from Pace constantly in lane, and now showing up for these 5v5s.
I mean, Peanut's gone deep here. There's a blast code for Broken Blade, but you can't get away from the steadfast presence. He's stunned up. He's locked up. He was looking to stop the recalls.
Very present this game. He has been involved in 7 of the team's 8 kills. But let's see if G2 can maintain this momentum as Chovy has found another fight.
Peanut's on his way, the slicing mouse was being used. You can see Yike trying to distract Delight and Pace down towards the bottom side, but Broken Blade has definitely overstayed in the top lane. Peanut will take him out. He'll shut him down.
G1 special. They've had this done to them. Now they're going to try to look to do it in their turn.
A great steadfast presence into the copter, knocks Delight away, but Yike is still in the midst of 3 members of Gen G. They're going to try and chase him down. Caps trying to keep them at bay. Mickey fighting Chovy up towards the top side as Hansama keeps that battle continuing. Seismic shard into the spear, but Yike dodges to the side. The red buff, the molten shield, the steadfast presence, the flash in the end will get enough. But Gen G have invested so much into trying to kill the Poppy, and G2 pounce.
The rookie from
the Baron. The Dragon available to them if they can get down there in time.
Gen G pinging the Dragon. They've acknowledged that they can't secure this. Yike back out on the map first. The Baron has...
How the series is gone. You're still going to be nervous. You're still going to think Gen G could battle back. But I got to say, if you have nameplate...
Or game 2, but game 3 is really where we're feeling his presence. G2 will unlock another tower on the map.
Difficult. You know, when there's so much CC and AoE damage on the other side, Peanut caught again.
But this, you still have the damage double force across the wall, and there's the Magnet Storm as well. Slicing Maelstrom has been used, but Peanut pops the stopwatch. Mickey down already. Pace takes 1, that's 2. And Gen G just ripped through the heart of G2.
It's just overextension over overextension on both sides, and Han's now in a lot of trouble here. He does have the Ghost, he does have the ulti, and we'll be able to walk it out, but Chovy's coming.
Chovy has the all-out. Hansama can flash the wall to try and get away. Dodges the spear, but Delight's looking for more. Feather Storm. Hansama will escape one more. Oh, no! Not quite.
Objectives looking to play around those dragons. You have such an advantage playing around those neutrals with Yike, but it's going to be Chovy just TPing to safety.
Gets him out. There's the counter TP as G2 look to collapse down towards this bottom side. Gen G nowhere near close enough to react. The steadfast presence coming out as well. Pathmaker held, dodges away from the knockup, but still gets stunned, and Chovy will fall. Gen G now looking to pincer in, but they retreat as soon as they realize their mid laner has gone down.
That was 5 bot. for Chovy there. He goes down, and because he died, the Dragon, he's not going to be there at the Dragon spawn. He's not going to have TP as well because he spent that, so G2 going to be able to get this bot push, threaten this tier 2. They're going to potentially threaten a dive.
G2 still have all of their ultimates as well. They didn't invest any of those into killing Chovy. The tier 2 in the bot lane will fall. Gen.G can still rely on Paze. He is even on gold with Hansama basically, but they're retreating. They don't think they can defend without their mid laner. Peanut was doing the razor
exchange, and if Gen.G can just force a couple backs or get a good trade hit, a Baron is on the cards.
Dragon taken. Broken Blade looking for that blast cone. You get so far with those mega cones. Gen.G retreating for the moment. Yike in the pit can flash the wall. They know where Broken Blade is. He's marked by Chovy now. Caps looking for the flank position as well. He's not on vision. Flash away from the unstoppable force. G2 now disengage.
But soul point for G2. Going to be feeling really good about that. Yike poking and prodding here. It's the ulti from Doran to actually force that flash. So that is a fine trade, but it's soul point for G2. They're still in the lead as far as gold advantage, and they're still in the lead, I think, as far as composition, and Doran has no ult to escape.
Yike's going to knock him into the wall. Hansama's going to try and shred through him. The last whisper already complete, and look, Doran already down with the gargoyles. Caging for the moment. Caps getting onto the back line. The cleanse away from Paze. He dashes across the wall, but Broken Blade is looking to lock him down, and Paze is out of the fight. The Magnet Storm perfect, but the Feather Storm equally so. A double for Hansama, and G2 breathe life into Europe.
G2 are going off in this third game, battling back in such a massive way here. Hans deathless, Caps deathless. The G2 carries have come alive and are now pushing in the base. They'll claim their first inhibitor of the series here, looking to be in prime position to take a game off of Gen.G.
G2, while it hasn't been the cleanest of games, have very well bought themselves enough time to stay alive in this series.
Peanut's just going to die. The hammer's come down. Broken Blade looking for the Shook, and Peanut with a great dodge away.
They can't overstay now. They're
doing the damage to knock through these frontliners fast.
The biggest differences we've seen is that Paze is being controlled and Chovy isn't dominating the matchup.
Unstoppable force. Hansama has the Feather Storm. They're going in with the Magnet Storm as well. Hansama able to retreat from it. Delight knocked away from the team, but the lightning crashes into the slicing Maelstrom. Doran already down. Chovy trying to distract the rest of G2. The feathers are pulled back, and Chovy will kill off Hansama now.
He's now.
4v3 as Paze begins to open up, and he's locked up. He's stunned up. He's shut down by G2. Delight dashes across the wall. Yike continues to chase him away.
The team fights are just too difficult for Gen.G to play. The damage is relentless, and the combination of Broken Blade and Yike creates so much chaos for Gen.G.
They want to end. They're going
G2
bot.
win, and they're looking to end the game.
And G2 do it without their AD carry. The inhibitor still down for the next 3 minutes, but Chovy's up in 20, Paze is up in 28, Doran's up soon as well. Delight and Peanut are going to try and keep the wave, but with Tibbers pushing in and the super minions doing so as well. G2 begin to open up on the Nexus towers. Delight will fall down towards the bottom side. Peanut relegated to his fountain. And in their moment, oh so dark, G2 find a glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. But instead, Gen.G want to shut that light down as Chovy goes forward. Mickey looking for the Nexus. G2, what a way to end it.
G-Soul could make a lot of sense.
Okay.
You know, this is a champion that you could potentially stack against. The only problem I will say, not Set, K'Sante, really does put on some pressure, right? So every time you're actually settling down there.
Fans, like, this is a very promising early game state as a collapse comes through for Gen.G.
Try and get away, but Doran dashes forward. Explosive shot, will it be enough? Caps is ticking, but so's Doran. He gets away from the towers. Aggro and Caps doesn't have a way out. No flash left in the end, Doran.
The kill onto Doran. For Doran, very aware that, hey, this tower isn't going to... And Caps, he would have to stop himself as now G2 look for a play in bot.
Early flash from Delight, but Yike is here, waiting around the corner. Paze slow for the second. Steadfast Presence knocks back Delight, and there's nowhere for the Lulu to go. Hansama gifted the kill. And that is huge for the G2
Drag.
11 minutes in, gold basically even between these two teams, you know, 300-400, going kind of seesawing. But the first Dragon secured as Doran dodges the Shuriken in the bush. You can see
Broken Blade doesn't know he's there.
Peanut's on his way up. Doran look with the knockback. There's the all-out as well. Broken Blade pops the slicing Maelstrom. Does still have the flash, but how are you going to escape from the Elise? Peanut still looking for him. Doran dashes forward, and in the end, Broken Blade holds his summoner.
And this should be the dive from Gen.G.
So Broken Blade has the Hextech rocket belt. He dashes in, the slicing Maelstrom coming out as well as Doran tanking the turret. Peanut takes half his health. Meanwhile, Yike trying to catch up Chovy as he rotated up towards the top side. The dash back with the All Out as Broken Blade now underneath the tower, knocked back with the Entoku strikes, but Doran's tanking it once again, and Broken Blade will get the 1v2. Now Peanut locked up by G2. Yike coming in, Caps here to join the party as well, and that Spider can skittle no further. Stomped under the boot of Caps.
Massive kill. You just point and click that guy, and he has to run. Like, he can't really stay there and actually compete.
Caps has the upgraded ultimate here, trying to get away from Chovy. Mickey there with a bit of healing as Yike does the Rift Herald. Caps can get back to mid here. Delight trying to team up with his mid laner as the all-out comes out from Doran, but Broken Blade with a slicing mouse can try and turn it back around. Doran very tanky right now, but Yike waiting in the wings. The Entofu not enough. Yike flash, smite, slap as he takes out the Gen.G top.
Whatsoever, they're going to be able to even it out as far as the Drakes do go, and we'll see what the next is going to be spawning. So it is Cloud Soul, which can be quite powerful.
Peanut does have flash here, already slow with the Ryalize. Yike looking for a little bit more. Peanut goes up, comes down, flashes the wall, the Singularity, and the skies begin to descend. But Peanut with Whirling Death, the wild growth enough to keep him alive. Doran now trading back onto Yike as Yike continues to step forward here. I think perhaps he needs to start to back away. The Ryalize,
even though it is Gen.G with the gold lead.
Well, and that's why I thought that the level 1 plan from G2 was actually so intelligent, right? You know, getting this level 1 invade. I think Caps...
He's going under the tower. Caps just locked up, but the Witch comes out. Caps flashes away. Doran flashes forward, and in the end, a 1-for-1 on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, this rock
ulti. And Gen.G still have a very clear win condition, even if Peanut is going to struggle to have an impact the later this game goes.
Absolutely. I mean, by no means is the game over, but, you know, 10 out of 10 times, I'd rather be playing.
Dragon the Rift Herald was used as well. Doran TPs into the mid lane. That tier 1 has already fallen, so this is a Rift Herald push for the tier 2. Doran dashing forward as well with the Pathmaker. They really want to make sure that this charge comes in.
Well, and you can see there was no vision for G2 on that bottom side, and they have got to take a really good fight, because while it is
they're going to look comes up, they look for Paze to cleanse away. The Falling Star comes out as well, and Paze is stunned, but he's able to escape. The Whirling Death finds its mark, and now Chovy has to dash. Broken Blade flashes forward with the slicing Maelstrom. Doran trying to do what he can as well with the all-out. Broken Blade is low. Hans Summer trying to open up on Peanut down towards the bottom side of the fight, but the Entoku strikes on Caps will lock him up, and Chovy continues to dish out the DPS. G2.
Immediate TP from Chovy.
Fast. It's already down to 7,000 HP. Broken Blade looking for the flank. He's coming round, trying to get behind Gen.G. Yike in the pit, 4,000 on it. Broken Blade gets stunned into the wall, all out, pulls him across as well. Caps is solo. Broken Blade pulls the slice of mass, and the Witch coming out as well. Broken Blade trying to fight Doran down towards the bottom side, but the knockback onto Peanut actually delivers him to Broken Blade. The Super Mega Death Rocket finds its mark, and now Mickey and Caps have to try and escape with the flash into the wall by Caps. He still gets the shutdown. The skies descend, and Peanut, Paze, and Delight try to do what they can. They get to the blast cone. Chovy opens up that shield so big. Paze takes another, starts to get excited, and Gen.G start to get excited too. A shutdown in the top lane. Only Caps and Yike are left standing, and Gen.G are having none of that.
It's an ace for G2.
What a team fight from Gen.G. G2 was in such a good spot, had really good angles set up, but not only is Broken Blade get actually marked on that flank, the entrance to the fight from Caps was so problematic. You know, he used that fly, but he was actually too close to Chovy.
Mickey to try and get Broken Blade to safety. They really didn't want him to expend his flash. And then Caps also found the Baron. They're sieging, and they're looking to round this series out.
I mean, it's just such a massive swing there, because Pace had been so far behind. He gets kills, he gets the Baron gold. He completed his IE off of that, and the Navori quick blades are completed for Chovy as well. So now both the marksmen spiking heavily here for Gen.G. They were in a dire spot, but they execute really, really well. It is going to be the TP flank coming here from Broken Blade. Is it the Hail Mary?
Paze has the flash, slicing mouse coming out. Paze able to escape for the moment, but Delight's already down. Paze can open up onto Broken Blade as they turn the fight around. The Witch coming out. Doran low, the Singularity's being used. Yike keeps Doran in the midst of it. Chovy absolutely destroys G2. They step too far forward, and Chovy stomped them into the ground.
The idea was good from G2, but Gen.G are just better. Paze walks away with a triple kill, Chovy with the immaculate flank, and Gen.G are looking to solidify themselves as the victors in this series.
And looking to make a date with Destiny, perhaps a rematch versus T1 in the second phase. Gen.G, there was moments of doubt in the middle, but they defied and they claimed the victory. land this stage here at MSI. We are just waiting for an interview with Peanut, who of course has been on a stage like this so many times before.
I've got to say, though, if there's one real kind of standout star for me from this series for G2, it's Yike.
Yeah,
and I think that is so promising that you have this young player that's coming up and really playing with a lot of class. He was very good in the Poppy games, was able to create a big advantage in the Italy game, even though that one started looking pretty hopeless. He was solid in the Viego game. But his Poppy play, I think, was really, really strong, and G2 definitely have something to build upon here. But we all knew it was going to be a really tough match. And I think G2 made it closer than pretty much anyone was expecting.
For sure. I mean, first seed LCK, 4th seed Europe.
Yep.
When
BDS and Vitality.
Exactly. If BDS was here, it would have been a 3-0.
Of course, yeah. A lot of positives still to take away for G2, but they will be making that run through the lower bracket. We will get to see the other EMEA representative tomorrow in Mad Lions, as you rightly said.
And the other LCK representative.
T1, yeah. And that's going to be another challenging battle for the EMEA
best
side.
for later.
Yeah.
I'm psyched for C9 BLG.
Yeah,
honestly, I think it's closest series of
Someone
the
upset.
first round. We'll see. We'll see.
Huge shout out to the crowd as well.
Yeah.
London has been popping off so far this week. They were very energetic today, even though they had to watch their region struggling a little bit.
Slightly more energetic in game 3 than the other games.
Game 2,
Yeah, it was a little bit of a library at times, but we've all got our library cards, so we're allowed to be.
But yeah, as a reminder, in terms of the format, we have way more best of 5s than we used to have.
Yep.
We've just come from the play-in stage where a bunch of teams had to qualify, which was G2, Golden Guardians, and BLG. And now we'll have, we had today G2 versus Gen G. Tomorrow we have T1 versus MAD. The day after we have BLG C9. And then to round things out, in the initial best of 5s, it will be Golden Guardians.
Yep, 13 more best of 5s to go.
I cannot wait. We're going to hear from Peanut, who's on stage with Law for the Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you so much, guys. Peanut, congratulations on this amazing debut for Gen G here at MSI. I want to ask about the draw, because all the fans were disappointed, let's say, in the way the draw went. What did you think about having to face G2 in the first game, and how did you guys react as a team?
네, 피넛 선수 첫 번째 경기에서 승리한 거 정말 축하드립니다. 가장 먼저 이제 대진 추첨이 끝났을 때 젠지 선수들의 반응이 어땠는지 궁금합니다. 사실은 많은 팬분들은 조금 대진의 결과에 대해서 아쉬워하기도 했는데요. 첫 매치에서 G2를 만나게 된 점에 대해서 어떤 좀 예감이 들었나요?
G2를 만날 것 같았어요. 왠지 제가 미리 영상도 찍으면서 했었는데 저희가 반응에서도 미리 나왔듯이 제가 G2 만날 거다 했고 뭔가 G2가 제일 까다롭다라고 생각하고 있었는데 만나게 돼서 뭔가 좀 얼어라 약간 이런 느낌이었고, 근데 다만 G2가 뭐 누틸러스 같은 픽이나 이런 거를 미리 경기에서 데이터가 있었기 때문에 좀 더 상대하기 수월했던 것 같아요.
Well, we actually did content about it, and you could see, actually, I had this feeling we're going to meet G2 early on, and then it actually happened, so I was like, whoopsie, it happened, because we thought G2 would be the most tricky team to deal with, because, they have a lot of unexpected strategies, but still, we had some information about their strategy because of what we saw earlier, like Nautilus mid, so, we just wanted to do our best in the upcoming match.
That's a very nice scouting on the side of Gen G here. I want to talk about the newest members from this G2 lineup, Yike especially in the jungle, one of the rookies we have at MSI this year. What did you think about his performance, and how was it facing him as a jungler today?
네, 그러면 G2 라인업에 있는 가장 신인 선수죠. 정글러 야이크 선수에 대해서는 어떻게 생각하셨는지, 국제 무대에서 어떤 활약을 보여준 것 같으신지 궁금합니다.
뽀삐를 하기를 좀 놀라긴 했는데 잘하는 선수라고 생각하고 아직 경력이 그렇게 많지 않다 보니까 더 잘할 선수라고 생각하고 있고요. 그래도 오늘 뭔가 오랜만에 G2를 만났는데 양코스 선수가 없어가지고 좀 아쉽더라고요. 네.
Well, I mean, I was a little bit surprised that he actually locked in Poppy, but I always thought he's a great player. I think because he's so young, he's gonna become even greater in the future. But it's been a while since I played into G2, and it was a bummer that I was not seeing Jankos in screen.
New generation, new players here, of course, but also on the side of Gen G, Paze taking in instead of Ruler this year. I know that you're the big brother in this Gen G lineup. Any piece of advice that you could give him for him to make his best debut on the international stage?
네, 또 젠지 쪽에는 또 다른 신인 선수가 있죠. 바로 페이즈 선수가 룰러 선수의 자리를 이제 채우고 있는데 이런 신인 선수가 국제 무대 데뷔를 잘 치를 수 있도록 팀의 리더로서 또 어떤 식으로 조언을 주고 계신가요?
수환이도 이제 어느 타이밍에 긴장이 되고 어느 타이밍에 이제 긴장이 풀리는지 정도는 알고 있을 것 같고 오늘 경기만 봤듯이 수환이 긴장 안 하는 것 같더라고요. 그래서 원체 안 하는 선수라 걱정 안 되는 것 같습니다. 이제는.
So at this point, I think Paige does know exactly when he feels nervous and when he starts to feel a lot more comfortable. And as you guys already saw, he never gets nervous. So I don't have any worries about him. I think he's going to do great.
No doubt that he will ramp up here at MSI. Last question for you. You've been playing for 9 years. Last time an LCK team won MSI was in 2017. Former SKT with you playing within the lineup. What makes you think that this time it will be for Korea and on the LCK?
네, 피넛 선수 벌써 9년째 계속해서 좋은 활약을 보여주고 계신데요. 사실은 LCK에서도 마지막으로 MSI를 우승한 게 바로 SKT와 그 중에 한 명이 바로 피넛 선수였습니다. 이번에 어떻게 LCK가 다시 한번 또 젠지가 다시 한번 MSI 우승컵을 가져올 수 있을 거라고 생각하시나요?
너무 탐나고요. 너무 탐나는 트로피라서 진짜 죽을 힘 다해서 결승까지 가서 우승할 수 있도록 노력 많이 해보겠습니다.
I really, really want this. I really, really want this MSI trophy. So we're just gonna give it our all, until we get the trophy in the end.
And that's an amazing debut from you guys already. Peanut. 인터뷰 감사합니다.
Thank you.
파이팅 하세요. Jisun, thank you so much for the translation. And Shox, back to you in cooldown.